Yo, it's your boy T-Lad, and today we're talking about the best diet to optimize your hormonal health. Most guys are killing their testosterone and they don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and they don't even know how. Here's exactly what you need to eat to fix that. The first food group is red meat. You're going to be eating fatty cuts, you're going to cook it medium rare. The reason you're cooking it medium rare is so you don't kill the vitamins and minerals in the food. So the minerals and vitamins are zinc, heme iron, which is the most bioavailable form. You have creatine, and if you eat 1 to 2 pounds of ground beef a day, you will get enough creatine and you don't need to supplement it. And the creatine in the red meat is more bioavailable because it's not a powder, it's not a supplement. Okay, supplements are meant to be supplemented. They're not meant to be, your everyday thing. You also have selenium, and the most important, which is saturated fat and cholesterol, which is the two raw building blocks for testosterone. You'd probably cook this with beef tallow, butter, or ghee. Those three are solid options. Do not cook with olive oil, do not cook with avocado oil. Obviously no seed oils. The next food are eggs, and it's a full egg, not egg whites, not just the egg whites. It's a full egg. The reason it's a full egg is because the yolk is where all the cholesterol, vitamins, and minerals are. Again, you want to cook it sunny side up. You don't want to fucking overcook the vitamins, minerals, and all that shit, because that's where the nutrients are for your hormones, you dumbass. There's a bunch of saturated fat and cholesterol, which is needed to boost your tests and create testosterone. And there's only missing vitamin C, and other than that is nature's multivitamin. And if you pair with a fruit like an orange, you're literally getting every vitamin with two foods. This food is raw dairy. Okay, make sure your raw dairy is high quality so you don't get food poisoning. I'm in Canada, so unfortunately I cannot get it because apparently it's banned, which is kind of insane. But things like raw milk, raw kefir, raw colostrum are good bets. There's more like raw yogurt, raw cheese, but these three are probably your best bets. Vitamin K2, which it keeps calcium to the bones and not our arteries. Our arteries are your blood vessels. Also has raw kefir. Raw kefir is also a probiotic. Okay, this is one of the only foods that you can that's actually a real probiotic, not sauerkraut, none of that bullshit. Okay. Colostrum is actually banned in the NCAA for how powerful it is. It has IGF-1 and other things that boost your hormones. I mean, it's banned in the NCAA. That says something. Okay? Also, the saturated fat and cholesterol, which is, again, gonna boost your test because those two are the main ingredients to create testosterone. The next thing is your carb sources, so your fruits, your potatoes, and sweeteners. You're gonna see under 100 grams of carbs. The reason for that is so that when your insulin is too high, when you have too many carbs, you cannot burn fat. But when your insulin is low, like for example in the morning, when you just wake up and you haven't ate anything, you can burn fat. Also, you won't get any sugar crashes and none of that nonsense. And you'll hold less water weight and you'll look leaner. So you're gonna remove the skin for the fruits or the potatoes because that's where all the pesticides and oxalates are. Some good fruit choices are pineapples, watermelon, avocado, orange, pomegranates. There's more like mangoes. Those are pretty solid. Even like coconut water. I mean, it's a fruit in my opinion. Let's just say it's a fruit right now. Dates and bananas are good for pre-workout, but other than that, I wouldn't really spam those a lot. If you're broke, then yeah, sure, why not. Also, raw honey and raw maple syrup are also good two choices. Raw honey before the bed or maybe before a pre-workout is good. A potato, you don't want to eat too much of those because they have oxalates and a bunch of pesticides, but if you take the skin off, you should be fine. I'd say 4 ounces max a day, okay, if you're gonna eat potatoes. But those are the carb sources you should be eating. Now, if you want to eat some seafood, sometimes you just want some seafood. You're not eating fucking sushi. You're not a little soy boy peasant. Instead, you want to be eating some oysters. These are the most highest in zinc if you search it up. Also, shrimp is it's pretty tasty and it's good in cholesterol. I would say if you're gonna eat shrimp, you should probably add a bunch of butter or ghee or beef tallow, whatever you like, to it because it's pretty low in fat. Make sure this is high quality. I know I didn't spell that right, but make sure your seafood is highest quality because let's be honest, there's a bunch of pollution in the oceans, so it's not as high as quality compared to land things. I should mention water is pretty important. It's a big part of your diet. You cannot survive with water for like 3 or 4 days. So your main water sources are spring water, reverse osmosis. Keep in mind that reverse osmosis, the process kills everything, the good, or even bad. So it's legit just plain water. Like, it's like just the plainest of the plainest, okay? You can sometimes add lemon for taste, right? I do that sometimes. You can, it tastes pretty good. I like it. You can do coconut water, especially if you're in a warmer climate. It makes sense, right? But if you're in the winter, you probably don't want to be drinking coconut water. It doesn't make sense, right? Have some common sense. But those are your water sources. You should eat like this for around, a month. Try it out, 60 days, and give yourself a challenge. See what happens to your body, your strength, your mind, because your mind's pretty important too. And just see what happens. See how you feel, because I will tell you, you will feel good even after a month or a couple weeks. You shouldn't season your foods. If you need to, okay, but tone it down. I'm telling you, these foods will taste good if you don't eat any bullshit. If you truly lock in, these foods will taste good. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. But it's your boy, T-Lad.